So, Arsenal have scraped through by the skin of their teeth tonight. Kenny Ken. Boy, that was close tonight. What did you make of the game, mate?
Let me tell you something now. What we did, there was a lot of things that we did was not quality. For a start, let's celebrate the result. Let's celebrate Aubameyang's 2 goals. Let's celebrate Saka assists. You know, they're going to say William made a contribution to get the equaliser. Celebrate all of that. But there were a lot of things that we got wrong today. For a start, we may have dominated possession, but we weren't hurting Benfica enough. Not a chance. Until we got the goals, we were slowing it down. And the reason why we're slowing it down, and you ain't gonna like what I've got to say, Arteta has basically messed up a system that was actually semi-working for him after the Chelsea results, where we won against Chelsea. He had a system with Smith Rowe trying to change the tempo of the game, and then it was like Lacazette playing or Aubameyang, and then he had the wingers on each side. Well, the wide players, inverted wingers. What he's done now is that he's slowed down the tempo of that game. He's made us ponderous, i.e., by bringing Ødegaard and Smith Rowe inside. If you notice, Smith Rowe had no impact whatsoever. The reason why he had no impact is because Arteta has inadvertently killed his game because he's made him ineffective and made him a sort of player that does the sort of off-the-ball defensive stuff. Because Ødegaard is like a king. You know, he's like someone who could find a pass out of nowhere. But what Ødegaard does is he slowed that game down. He's made us easier to defend against. And that's the problem I was having during the game. I was screaming at the TV that this is too lopsided and still in balance. Very happy with the goal with Aubameyang. Good assist by Saka. Then it was 2 mistakes by Ceballos. I mean, Ceballos, first of all, right, he's one of those things where he's trying too hard to make an impression, especially on the defensive side. It's like you know how Joe Cole got killed by Mourinho, Jose. But where Mourinho says, he had 2 faces, and I don't like the other face, so he's not working hard to the ball. And then Joey Cole, developed his game. Well, Ceballos is doing the same thing with this guy, our manager, trying to, be a team player, do what Xhaka does, Marta runs. First thing he does, gets Rashford a free kick. Great.
Unreal free kick. No keeper saved that.
No keeper saves that. Gonçalves, 1-1. And then the second half, we start panicking. And the reason why we're panicking is because even though Benfica lost the game, they were better than us on the ball. Every time they got the ball, they had a player who basically can get the pass, run it. And when they brought Nunez on for Sererovic, he destroyed David Luiz. He murdered Gabriel. We were lucky today to even get something out of this game and win it, because had they had a proper partner for him, we could have got done over. And then Ceballos panicking, our corner, goal kick, heads it on, and then Rafa scores. And after that, thank God for Kieran Tierney. Thank God for him to a bit of Celtic spirit, gets a goal. Makes it 2-2, and after that, I just thought, you know what? I thought that Benfica were panicking a bit, and that's when I thought, come on, go at them. We've got nothing to lose. Doesn't matter if they go and score a goal. We need this goal, and then for Saka to come out of that assist, because I generally was reading the last rights. I was prepared, for us to watch the draw and not be involved in it, and then Aubameyang gets his goal.
I wouldn't have watched it if I'm honest, Kenny.
I'd have watched it, but Aubameyang gets his goal, and you've got to credit Aubameyang. He looked sharp today as opposed to Sunday.
Well, what do you put that down to, though? Because he scored the hat-trick the other week, and he looked sharp. He looked lively against Leeds. And against Man City, it was like somebody had just took the plug socket out and turned him off. Tonight, he looked back sharp again. Well, why is he so inconsistent this season? Because he's never been like this.
Well, I think the reason why is that if you look at the situation, right, when we played a bit direct in terms of in the build-up before the goals, it was always pass, keep possession. Benfica were just keeping their lines. So basically what's happening with Aubameyang, he wasn't getting the service because we were too scared to play that forward pass. As soon as we play that forward pass, that's when Aubameyang's on it. If you look at it, aggressive pass, 1-0. direct cross, 3-2 wins. And that's the sort of thing. Move the ball quicker, then you can get the best out, not just of him, but like I said, but it has to be Oba as well. Oba has to work hard in every game. You can't just, like I said, pick and choose the games. There's going to be times where defences are going to be compact. You're going to get a centre half. He's going to be cute. He's not going to get tight to you. He's going to let you run at him, and then he's going to make the tackle. He's going to let you do all the work. So Aubameyang needs to develop for his game. But the problem with Oba is he's 31 now. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. So if you're going to make him the main man, then what you need to do is move the ball quicker in terms of getting across in quick crosses, making quick through passes, which means Saka's got to be on his game. Odegaard, it has to be on it as well. And then the problem is the biggest casualty is going to have to be Smith Rowe, because against better teams in Europe, and especially in the Premiership, we're going to get bodied like that. Because
you're absolutely spot on. He's kind of shoehorning Smith Rowe into the team, but killing his game off and where he's done his best work this season.
The thing is, I think the person he's shoehorning is Odegaard, because he's made. I think Smith Rowe was a player that came in the team by accident because he thought he had nothing to lose. His first choice players had like COVID isolation issues. So he thought, all right, bring this kid in. He's fresh. Let's see what he can do. Oh, he can change the tempo and go from like a slow tempo to a quick tempo. Keep him in. So, and then what's happened is that Lacazette was playing well. Aubameyang had his issues, so we needed Aubameyang at the time. All of a sudden, Aubameyang's now fit. Odegaard's coming to the team, and what he's done is he's made it imbalanced.
Which has killed off Pepe in the meantime as well.
Well, he's killed Lacazette as well, and he's killed Pepe and everything. But the main beneficiaries is no one really, because against better teams, we're going to do. Saying that, on Sunday, I think against Leicester, there's two Leicesters really. There's a Leicester away from home, which are fantastic, play on the counter attack, got a lot of pace, got a lot of creativity. Jamie Vardy can play on the shoulder. Harvey Barnes can make runs of it because they're on the counter attack. But the Leicester at the King Power Stadium is a different animal. When they're on the front foot, Leicester are going to struggle. So again, this is where we can make inroads and get a result. But we're not going to get a result if we got two number 10s trying to be creative players. And then what will happen is that to compensate for Odegaard, who's now the main man, Smith Rowe has to do jobs that are not suited to him, which means leave one of them out.
And that's the thing. Like, he obviously made his subs tonight. Pepe wasn't one of them. Yeah. And Pepe's been a decent player since he's been here. I don't think he's hit the top heights. But I think that he's been very poorly mismanaged, not just by this manager, but by Unai Emery and Freddie. Although Freddie did play him more consistently over the 6 games, I think, in terms of ratio of games to appearances than anyone. And it makes me wonder and think, like, yes, you're shoehorning Odegaard in, but that then means that Smith Rowe goes to the left. Well, we've seen Pepe do really well this season. Yeah. Not only that, Gabriel Martinelli must be sitting on the bench thinking, what do I have to do to get a game?
I can't see. The thing about Martinelli is a different situation. Arteta's always got that get-out clause that the geezer's coming from a long-term injury. We need to, feed in games. So basically, he can always say, well, no, he can't give me 90 minutes, so he's not going to play against him. Then he's also got the explanation, well, hang on here, Lacazette hasn't done anything wrong. But since Odegaard's coming in the team, I don't need Lacazette to play in that sort of number 9, come number 10.
False 10.
False 10 thing. So because I've already got that. So I can bring my mate Aubameyang back in the side. So Lacazette's in front of him. And then, since Odegaard's come to the side, and since like the turn of the year, Eddie Nketiah can't get a game.
I was shocked he was in the squad. We haven't seen him since that rejected bid from West Ham, Kenny.
And Eddie Nketiah can't get a game because Odegaard's come in and Aubameyang and Lacazette. And then the player that we really want to see is Balogun, who can't get a game because Eddie. So it's one of those things where things are very, very badly mismanaged, and we're only got through in spite of the manager, and in spite of the fact that how much possession we had, because really and truly, our possession really didn't kill Benfica. It was just small moments.
Yeah,
Three
big
small
players stepped
turning
up
up
at big moments. Aubameyang's movement was elite both times for his goals. Saka put 2 great threaded passes through. The first one, and then laid one on a plate, and Tierney did a worldie. Yeah,
that's the thing.
But at the same time, we are in the next round. Who do you want in the next round, Kenny? Come on. Claude said Unai Emery. He said bring on Unai.
You know what? We can get Slavia Prague. We can get Villarreal. We can get AC Milan. We can get Man United now. We can get Spurs. We can get Glasgow Rangers.
We don't want them. We don't want Rangers.
I don't think we can actually get Mulder as well.
That's the one we want.
If we get Mulder, we're in the quarterfinals. So, but what will happen is that I'm sure when we play Mulder, we can play this sort of lopsided, imbalanced football and get away with it. But against better sides, Arteta has to make a decision. If you're going to make Odegaard your main man, then you'll have to leave Smith Rowe out of the team, and then replace him with a Pepe type. And who knows? Now his best mate Willian's added assist. Maybe he can get his mate back in the side. But to have 2 players who could see a pass in a team where teams can defend is a recipe for disaster. Because what will happen is that if you look at Benfica, they can pass the ball. The amount of space Benfica had on the ball.
Yeah, on the counter attack, it was frightening.
And they're able to find their players because it's too many players trying to win, trying to create rather than do the dirty jobs. You know what I mean? Odegaard isn't going to be able to do the dirty jobs. Chris Smith Rowe doesn't have to do his work for him. It doesn't work. But Arteta's got to resist to that, and there's no better time than Leicester, and there's the league games as well, because we won't be playing in the Europa League for about 3 weeks. So he's got decisions to make. But I'm telling you now, and before, because I know you've got to go. Arteta needs this tournament badly. Don't buy into this crap about the 3.5-year deal. And I think the board are going to support him seriously. He needs wins. He needs improved league form, and he needs to win this trophy. Because if he doesn't, it doesn't matter whether there's a process or not. There's a process will still be there, but he won't be part of it because he can't sell his ideas if he hasn't got this trophy and improved league form to sell it. And that's just a fact. It's the way football runs. I don't care whether these fans can come out and call me a bad guy for stating the obvious. Realism isn't about saying, "Oh, we're not as good as Leicester. We haven't got as much money as Man City. We haven't got as much money as Man United." And so we have to be realistic. Realism, that's your realism. My realism is that this is a effing results business, and we've lost 11 games, and we need to win this tournament. That is the that is the proper realism, not your made-up compensation bollocks. Okay?